Happy Monday, everybody. Since it's Monday, we're starting from goal setting. The difference being I'm in my office and I'm not at work. So as you guys know, the resort is closed down until further notice. But I think it's important to maintain some kind of normalcy, I guess we'll use, that can help us feel grounded and can help us feel a little bit more safe and a little bit more stable in a chaotic reality. And I think it's important that we set goals for the reality we're living in. So whether that reality is being home and having nothing to do, being home and working while trying to maintain family. You know, if you're home with your kids and you're trying to work and they're trying to, do schoolwork or whatever, that can be your reality, or whether you are still going in and out of work every day. And that's your reality with the added stress of contact with the outside world and worrying about getting sick and worrying about making your family sick. So taking some time to be aware of your new reality and setting goals that are appropriate to that. I'm going to focus on fitness goals, nutrition goals, and wellness goals specifically, starting with wellness goals, because we all wish we had more time, right? That's what people tell me all the time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to take care of myself. Well, I've got 6 weeks and nothing but time, baby. So now all of these things that we feel like we don't have time for, they're available to us, unless you're still working every day. But we can take time to pay more attention to what we need, to take care of ourselves a little bit better, to maybe set a new routine. So some wellness goals might be managing social media content or intake. So social media is a great way to stay connected, especially at a time like this, but we don't need to click on every article. We don't need to click on every link. We don't need to engage with everybody who posts or comments something that we disagree with. We don't need to attend every argument that we're invited to. So being really, really aware of how much media we're taking in and how that's affecting us. Last week, I lost an hour just scrolling and reading and worrying, like an hour. I got up, I was getting ready for work. I opened up my phone and an hour later it was, oh my gosh, I have to go. What just happened? I thought I was reading for 5 minutes and it was an hour. So being a little bit more aware of that, setting timers on our phone to shut them off or whatever kind of break you need. I think that's really, really important because we're being inundated with information. Not all of it's true. A lot of it's fear-based. And so if it's fear-based and not true, that can be really detrimental. So that's a big wellness goal that we can set for ourselves, is just being a little bit more intentional in managing that time. Intention setting, right? So going into each day, giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt that we're doing our best, they're doing their best, right? So being a little bit more gentle with ourselves through this process, that's a great wellness goal. Understanding if you're short-tempered with the other people that are all stuck in your house. Understanding if you're, panic snacking after you get off your phone. And understanding that you're doing the best with that. Taking the time for yourself that you need, right? So if you're with other people all the time and you're an introvert, you might need to take some downtime, take some time for yourself. I'm very lucky because for me, that's going to be exercise and movement. But that time alone is really vital to my personal wellness, my personal, emotional, and mental wellness. So making sure that I'm taking it. If you're an extrovert, making sure that you're taking time to engage with other people safely. So that means getting on Skype phone calls with people. That means Zoom. I know a lot of people are doing the Zoom connection. Making sure that you're engaging with people on a regular basis if that's important to you. A great way to set wellness goals are to set goals to support other people through this. So if you can find a way to kind of get outside of your immediate chaos and support people that you know who might be hurting, who might be struggling. If you know a group of people that still have to work, maybe you're going to buy them lunch. If you know people who are not going to be working for a while, maybe you can buy them lunch. But just looking for ways to support others outside of yourself can be a really, really great way to get out of your head and get out of the fear cycle of what's going to happen, what's next, what's today going to bring with the news. So those are some good wellness goals I think that we can tap into. Movement goals. A big goal that I have set for myself, it's not a huge goal, but is to continue to do my workouts first thing in the morning. I don't need to get up at 4:30 because I have all day. But that feeling of I have all day can lead to never getting it done because we think we have all this time. So my plan is still to get up in the morning and do whatever workout I have on for the day. Some of you know I'm training for the Ironman in July. The race is probably not going to happen, but continuing to train as if it is really like helping to center me and ground me in all the chaos. So I'm going to keep training as if it's going on. So that means getting on my bike, going for a run. I'm not swimming. My lake is not yet even 50 degrees, so I'm not brave enough to get in there. We'll see. But the subsequent wellness goal from this is if I get up, work out in the morning, I'm going to shower. So, and then I'm going to get dressed and then I'm going to start my day. So if I get up, lounge around in the pajamas, sit on the couch for a couple of hours, maybe have something to eat, maybe have another cup of coffee, I can spend all day doing that. And then it's 3 days later and I haven't gotten dressed. So in my house, starting today, everyone is getting up in the morning and getting dressed, whether it's post-workout for me or whether it's after breakfast for the kids. If we can't live like we have nothing to do, because that can be really, really toxic in the long term. So getting up, getting moving, getting dressed, starting our day with intention. I also have set a step goal. My step goal is really random. It was set by my watch and I don't even know how to change it. It's 9,444 steps. That is just under 4.5 miles. So my plan is to hit my step goal every day that I'm off. Which again, that's not so much for the fitness, that is to make sure that we are up, we are moving, and that we are getting out of our house. I live in an area where we can get out of our house and still really be safe with social distancing because I have a lot of property. So this was an easy goal for me to set. If it is not a safe goal for you to set, look at other ways that you can ensure. There are a lot of ways to set movement-based goals. We're going to be posting videos of workouts with and without equipment. I'm going to go through the deck of cards or some of the our standardized classes. And at home, I have a treadmill and some bands from physical therapy and some weights. So I don't have a ton of, and a stability ball. So I don't have a ton of equipment here either. So my kids, at least one of them has volunteered to be my workout assistant. And so we're going to do some body weight stuff, see how we can get creative in small spaces with minimal equipment. And I know Danielle and Mariah have some good workouts planned too. So find some way to move. There's some great gentle stretch videos, something that just helps your body move. And I really, really suggest doing it in the morning so that we set that tone for the day. As far as nutrition goals, set some timers maybe. If you're not living in your regular routine, set some timers so that you remember to eat. Having that kind of no schedule chaos can be really challenging. I don't do great without a schedule. I already said that. So my plan for the week is to still meal prep. Even though I'm home and I can make myself lunch every day, I'm going to meal prep so that I know what I'm eating. So it's one less thing to think about. It's also a great way to save money. If you're concerned about that, planning what you're going to eat helps you waste less, and it helps you spend less at the grocery store. So, and looking at staples, hearty foods that won't go bad. So I'm not doing a lot of salads, right? Because all those veggies will go bad pretty quickly. Making soups and stews and things like that that will last and sustain, and that I can put in the freezer if I need to, so I don't need to worry. Sticking to those kinds of routines makes things a little bit easier. One of the big things that I highly recommend is putting your scale away. You don't need to step on the scale every day to know how you're responding to this crisis. You don't need to step on the scale to know how you're doing, to know whether you're handling it or not. There's no reason to be getting on the scale. In general, I feel like my thoughts on that are pretty clear. But this is not the time. This is not the time to be weighing ourselves, to be checking in. This is the time to be gentle with the world around us and with ourselves. Also, I'm going to, I think, do a little bit on emotional eating later in the week. But taking into account, our current reality, and understanding that it's not going to be the same as we can regularly do. Even simple things. I drink a lot of water when I'm at work because I carry that water jug around with me everywhere I go. I sip on it while I'm at my desk, and for whatever reason, even though it's always available to me, I drink much less water when I'm at home. So that's a simple way to set a goal, have a plan for the week. I've got my water bottle right next to me, right? And I'm going to try and fill it up 3 times the way I do at work. I know this was a little bit scattered, but this is how my brain works, and it's hard to engage with the public when there's no public responding to you. So I'm going to drop this on the YouTube page. If you have any follow-up questions, if there's something you want me to go into more detail in a subsequent video, I'm happy to. So you can post those questions on the video or in our Facebook group. In the meantime, be well, take care of yourself. One important thing to remember is that we're all in this together. So if you can support other people, do it. Take care of your family without putting others at risk. I think that good will come from this if we all remember that. Thanks, guys.